In this tutorial we're going to focus on how to actually use the skin tool to create surfaces within Spoke. The skin tool is quite a powerful little thing, and it's a lot like the create curve. We can actually use geometry and points to define creating a surface which is actually quite complex and curving all over the place. So one of the simple examples we have here is that instead of using points to create the surface, we're going to actually step it up one level and we're going to use curves to define where the surface is going to go. So we have two lines that I've created within Spoke here, and we're simply just going to go use tab, type in skin, and you can see it's popped up with the skin node. Now you can see that it's prompting us with a little error here saying we need to have at least 4 curves to create a skin order of 4. It's a lot like the tensional stiffness of a curve. We can only plug in, well, that the order count can only be as high as the amount of curves that we're going to be putting into it. So since we're only using 2 lines here, we have to put the order down to 2. So I'm just going to plug in the other line, holding shift. You can see our little pluses come up there. I'm holding shift, bring them both in there, and you can see that it's now using those 2 lines to create a surface between them. Now when you look at this, you can kind of look at it and be like, why don't we just use a plane? And for this example, it probably would be easier to just use a plane since we're just creating a square flat surface. But when we actually start to use curves which are a lot more they vary a lot between them, we can use the skin again to create a surface between those. So in this example here, I've gone and created half a circle, just use the copy node, and I'm scaling it by -1 each time it iterates. So you can see it's going up, down, and then we're just going to simply use the skin node again. So press tab, type in skin, and since with this one we've got 4 curves being plugged into the skin node, we can have an order count up to 4, but up to 5, sorry. So we've got 5 curves. So now we're going to plug in this geometry into skin and click on that, and you can see it's actually starting to create a surface that's varying quite a bit. Now since we have these curves that are controlling it, you can see that the surface isn't quite matching them. See them below here and up here. The first and last curve, the surface will always meet, but these middle ones, these are only kind of tension spots where it's kind of pulling it slightly. Now we have an option up here where we can go interpolate. I'm just going to click on that. You can see it's actually forcing the surface to go through those curves. So at the apex of this one it's passing through, then going through the 4th one, and then back up to the 5th. So you can actually create some quite exciting surfaces with the skin tool. So that's basically how to create more complex surfaces within Spoke.